everyone, welcome to my channel. This is the last day of 2024 and we'll be moving into 2025 and it's very exciting for me and for my husband and for everyone we know. And we're just praying and hoping that everything goes well in 2025. And I wish you the best of luck. I wish you blessings in the new year. Now I want to get busy because tonight's New Year's Eve and I can hardly wait because I love New Year's Eve. I need to make some appetizers and I had 3 in mind, but I'm only doing 1 in this video. I had originally planned on doing all 3. So the one that we're going to do are the potato skins. And I'm going to do them in bite size, like coin size, but deep enough like a little cups, French onion and mushroom, like a stir fry type for the topping in the pan. And I'm following a recipe and I'll tell you more about that as soon as I get in the kitchen. I'm going to use a recipe, my Modern Cookery by Paige Rhodes. It's an online website. And this is French onion and mushroom potato skins. So let me show you what ingredients we need for this. Here are the ingredients for my French onion and mushroom potato skins. I've got canned mushrooms. I've got some onion, butter, a little bit of Italian dressing in place of balsamic glaze, which I don't have, a little salt and pepper, some mozzarella cheese, and of course our star ingredient, potatoes. I'm using russet instead of the yellow potatoes. And I'm going to cut these in coin size. You'll see what we're going to do. Right now we need to bake these. I've got the oven preheated at 400. I have the potatoes on a parchment lined pan. I'm going to brush olive oil on both sides of the potatoes. And you can also use an olive oil mist for this and spray them on both sides. Okay. Let's put them in the oven for about 30 to 35 minutes at 400 Fahrenheit. At 920, we'll check to see if they are tender enough. While the potatoes are baking, I'm going to chop up some onion to go with to cook up our topping with our mushrooms. I'm also going to chop up the mushroom in smaller pieces because these are going to be small bite-sized appetizers. Let's cook our butter in the pan. Medium heat until it melts and sizzles. It starts to sizzle. The butter is melted and starting to sizzle. Let's add our onions. Turn it on high and I put a little salt over it. I'm going to cook this for a couple minutes on high. And then you reduce down to medium to low. I reduced it. About 15 minutes. I'll stir this every few minutes though. See, I reserved some of the onion because my husband and I, we like a little crunchy onion in every onion, any dish that contains onion. Not only do we like cooked onions, but we like a little crunchy onion. It could be partly cooked. In order to turn this Italian dressing into a glaze, I'm going to add just a little bit of cornstarch, not much. 1/4 teaspoon. Stir that around. We have just a few more minutes to go with the onion. Now I checked the potatoes and they are not quite tender enough. This one is bigger than the other one, so it may take longer. This one is more tender. They've got about 5 minutes to go, I'd say. I'm going to go ahead and start adding my mushroom mix into the onions. Stir that around. I'm going to add the Italian dressing glaze in just a moment, right? I think I'm going to add all of it. And if we need to add a little water because it gets too thick, we will. So we'll stir this around, see how it turns out. This is supposed to cook for 15 minutes. I don't know that I'm going to cook it that long, but we'll see. I don't always follow recipes to a T, but I'm referring you to that recipe where I got this from, so you can follow it to a T if you like. Also improvising in another way. My husband, anytime he eats anything with Italian dressing, he likes it to be sweetened with a little sugar. So I'm going to be adding a little brown sugar to this. That's about a tablespoon, and I'm going to stir it around in the mix. Whoops. Here we go. All right, I tested the largest one, and it is tender enough. So, and these are very tender. They will also be baking some more with the topping. So I put my potatoes on the board to cool over here, and my mushroom and onions are browning up very nicely. We have a few minutes to go yet. In the meanwhile, we're going to let these potatoes cool, and then we're going to cut them into sections. I'll show you what we're going to do after that. Don't forget, I left my oven on, so I'm going to turn it up to 450. Okay, just so I won't forget. Okay, these are some hot potatoes. They got a while to go yet to cool before I can work with them. Waiting on that, I'll start shredding my cheese. I'm using mozzarella, but the recipe calls for a more gourmet than that. Don't ask me to pronounce it. Starts with a G. And I didn't have that kind of cheese. I improvise. I use what I have pretty much. And that saves me money. I'm frugal. Filling is finished, and we are going to wait on the potatoes to cool some more. They're still pretty hot, but I think I can work with them at this point. All right, I'm going to start cutting them into sections like this. It's about an inch, I believe. Like this. I need something to put the potato in, and I'm going to save that potato. I'm not going to throw that out. Cut your potatoes the traditional way, go for it. But I want these to be bite-sized appetizers. Okay. If you do it lengthwise, it will be like more of a traditional potato skin. Yeah. So it almost looks like a deviled egg half. Sure does. All right, I got something to do here. This is going to keep me busy for a little while. Now you need to be very careful when you're scooping these out. Just go very slowly and be gentle with them. It's just slow and easy. Take it slow and easy. Got my pan right here beside the board, and I'm going to start putting these little potato skins on the board. So from there, we'll be filling them with yummy onion and mushroom and cheese. But there's one step before that. We're going to brush them, each one of them, with a little olive oil. Or you can spray with the spray mist of olive oil. I'm done with that. Now I'm just going to give them each a little sprinkle of salt and pepper on the potato skin itself before I add the topping, which does not have much salt and pepper in it. Now it's time to fill the little cups, potato cups, with the topping. Now they're all filled with the stuffing. Okay, I'm going to top with mozzarella cheese or any kind of cheese you like. Since it's New Year's Eve, you might want to use something more gourmet than this, and I don't blame you. Or maybe you just want to use Swiss cheese or something. That would go great with the French onion topping and mushroom. Now my oven's preheated to 450. I think I mentioned that already, but so I'll put them in the oven. 5 to 10 minutes until the cheese is melted and slightly brown, I imagine. Now, if you like, you can follow the recipe closer than what I did. It did say to put the potatoes back in the oven after you scoop them out in the oven for 5 to 10 minutes, and then bring them out and then put the filling in and the cheese on. I just didn't think it was necessary. Now, we'll like them, we'll eat them no matter what. But if you want to follow this recipe to a T, please do it. It may turn out better. Time to take the potato skin appetizers out of the oven. Here's what they look like. I'll give you a closer up view of them. They browned up very nicely. They look great. Very beautiful. And different from the typical cheddar and bacon and cheddar potato skins. This is just a little more upscale. On a beautiful plate, it will look amazing, I'm sure. They look like on a white plate for a beautiful presentation. You could put scallions on these if you like. I noticed there was some crunchy onion. Oh boy, we can crunch this up and use as a topping also. Oh my goodness. My husband will love this. He's not going to be able to resist these. I'm sure he's going to want to eat them for brunch or something instead of waiting tonight, but we'll have some for tonight also. Thank you for stopping by today to see what I had cooking up. And look at this. They're too hot to even taste right now, but I'll let you know in the next video. Hopefully it will be crab patties. Crab cakes. That's what I want to do for an appetizer because I got some canned crab. And then I also want to do a special dip called Open House Dip. Yummy. And it takes pomegranate seeds. So this will be interesting and very holiday-ish. God bless each and every one of you. I'll see you on the next one before the new year, hopefully. We'll see. Maybe not.